Good morning. I'm Willa with Willa Trades, and you can see I got the light coming in behind me today. Hopefully, we're going to light up these charts. We're going to be doing our watch list. As you can see, I've got SPY and QQQ up behind you. Actually, yesterday did not take a trade on options. I've actually started working on futures. Everybody keeps going over the futures, and I can see the benefit. I still love options. I'll let you know that. But it is nice to not have the theta work on your options contract. So anyway, yesterday, if you notice, my opening hit on my watch list, it actually went down. I did not take the trade. I was not settled into the chart. It happened like 8 minutes in. Today, we're going to see what we have here. To me, in my world, it looks like the market is doing a sell-off, and I don't know if it's doing a sell-off because they're trying to prepare for NVIDIA's results, and then they'll do a pump or a push up after NVIDIA reports their results. So for right now, what I'm expecting is for us to range in this range. Once we get into pre-market, we're going to see if, excuse me, once we get into the market, we're going to see if these pre-market levels hold. Okay, at a certain point, the sell-off becomes oversold, and so you have to start watching for a potential bounce. Okay, on my chart, my next area for a potential bounce is 557, basically point 0.2 to point, like I always add 20 to 30 cents up, so 557.2 to 557.5. If we don't hold that level and we go down, we're going all the way to 555. Okay, if we look at QQQ, hopefully this bounce holds. If this bounce does not hold, because this area is the right area for it to hold, I've got a secondary level that I put in from, I believe it was about 10 days ago. This level comes from 10 days ago. It was a pre-market level. And then the next day it was also very close to pre-market level. So I'm assuming that we got some demand there. So I've got us at 471.33. If we continue to drop and fall, the market will open up. Okay, and we may go down here and get this gap, and that could happen today. This gap comes from 815. It's 465.11. Other thing here is I'm going to be watching for a pushback up. I've got a fib left over from yesterday, so I'm going to be using, it's basically right at pre-market. Notice how that works. Hit pre-market, this 50% fib, and then sold off. So I'm going to be watching what happens if we work our way back up and go somewhere in between this 50% fib to 61% fib. I'm going to watch carefully because if we extend further, then it changes the whole fib up. We've got to do a new fib and watch it very carefully. So right now I'm looking for a bounce spot. If we don't bounce here in pre-market, I'm looking for a bounce spot at 557.2, and I'm looking for a bounce spot potentially if we break lower at 471.4. Again, I say to you, QQQ has really been driving the markets lately. So you really want to watch very carefully because, again, there's a lot of repositioning that's been reported in the news. And I'm expecting that we're going to see some continued repositioning heading into the election. So it's going to be interesting. Just a minute ago, we were possibly threatening for all-time highs, and we still could be because we're not that far off, honestly. We're $7 away from all-time highs on SPX, and we're much further on QQQ. So if we actually start to move back up, I mean, we got a significant range we got to go. It'd probably take the whole week for us to get there, or 4 days. Yeah, I mean, we're looking at all-time high at 503.52, so that's over 30 points. And QQQ can do it in a matter of days, but it's not going to do it all in one day. So we're going to see what happens. I look forward to serving you guys. If you want to see me trade live in the future, please click like and subscribe. We need enough subscribers so that we can get on and actually start doing some trading for you guys. I think it'll be fun for you to see how I assess a chart. Again, I'm 2 years in, and maybe we'll learn from each other.